Sweetie, what's wrong?
I just find it really hard that every beginning of the week we have to say hi every time.
No, that's literally how it works. That you have to do. Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Binks and Hebrides Whine time.
Mate, sorry. Can you do it without looking like you're going to cry?
Yeah, sorry. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Binks and Hebrides Whine time. And I'm Binks. This is my best friend in the world, Hebrides. And we're just today shooting the shit and like just kicking it back and talking about wine and stuff. Was that all right?
No, it was amazing. You seemed really not petrified the whole way through. Mm-hmm. No, I know it's weird. But we have the certain things you have to do on this pod.
Yeah.
So
we're finding our feet with it.
We're finding our feet. Like, I'm calling it the pod now, which I didn't know was a thing. And you know I hate abbreviations.
Yeah.
I hate them.
It's very American.
And you know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate that. So, what are we talking about this week?
Well, we had a question in from a listener where they said, they asked us about how to be a Chelsea girl.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So funny that, like,
So
I don't
funny.
even think that people would want to know how to do that because, like, we just do it.
Well, it's just normal for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what does she want to know? Like,
hey girls, you two are literally such inspirations to me. I want to be just like you. And I was wondering, how do you become a Chelsea girl?
it's a really good question.
So she's asking, like, how do I get a flat on the King's Road? And how do I get into all, like, the major social circles? And how do I know where to hang out, where to club, and who to snog?
That's a really good question.
And that is an important question. Like, it's a minefield trying to figure that out. But we just did it. We just navigated it perfectly.
We really did.
Because our mums told us exactly how.
Exactly. And I suppose we sort of, you know, like you watch your mummy do it and then you watch your aunties do it and then you do it. Mm-hmm. But I think we've been incredibly lucky in that we were smart enough to do it. And
We've
a lot
been
of people...
so lucky at how clever we are.
We really are very clever. And that was very lucky of us and very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose... you know, a lot of people who went to our school and went to our university didn't have the sense to do what we did, or maybe also be as pretty as us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's also been really helpful.
People
so I would
really
tell
forget
her,
about that.
Tell her to be pretty.
Be pretty, number one. Two, there's so many pitfalls. Like, you could chase a boy around boarding school all year long, and then you find out he's a bursary student.
Oh my, it's so true.
What's the fucking point?
Or he could not like girls.
Yeah.
So you could make yourself look so silly. Or he could not be like... even like a good cricketer, in which case what's the point?
I lost 3 years to that once.
I know, it's just such a waste. Or he could be in like a shit house,
yeah,
or he could be going to like a, you know, somewhere else for sixth form.
Exactly. So just really look out for that.
Look out for those
are
things.
The warning signs.
You just got to be really careful. And I suppose really when you just sort of look at the right things when you're dating someone, you know, really look deep inside them and
into
ask
their family tree.
Into their family tree. It's exactly right. Where are they from?
Yeah.
You know?
Like what stock? Like
what stock exactly? Are they from good stock?
Yeah.
You know?
Like look up where their family home is.
Exactly.
And get the blueprints.
And as we always say on this podcast, we always say go to company's house and see the last annual accounts filing. And just so really sensible things like that, I would say. And also, you know, if you want to live on the King's Road, the first thing you need to do is buy property there.
Yeah, so important.
It's so important because you can't live on the King's Road or anywhere really in Southwest London if you don't have property there. So remember to do that.
Yeah. And so, like, but I think maybe she's thinking, like, but how do you do that?
Do what?
Like, the step before buying it. I'm not sure because...
Like, how do you buy a house?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, like... I'm just a bit confused by that because I just, like, my dad kind of gifted... I was, like, I moved to London to do my master's and I was like, I need somewhere to live. And he was like, okay, I'll set you up with the family flat. Yeah. So I'm presuming... I'm just trying to read into her question.
I know, it's such a weird question. Like, well, she just tell her to move into the family flat.
I think, and I'm just shooting in a barrel here. Yeah. I don't think she has a family flat.
Sorry, I'm being so sorry. I wasn't quite reading between the lines there.
It's so hard to remember these things.
It's hard to remember. So there's not a flat for her to move into. That's hard.
That's hard.
That's really tricky. It's a really tricky one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard because if you're doing a master's in London or you've just moved to London, you've not got anywhere to live. That's always really tricky because how are you going to live there?
Yeah, exactly. But I've heard you don't have to buy a flat on the King's Road. You could rent one. So there is that. Little life hack for you.
You're really good. Sometimes, honestly, you really shock me.
Yeah, I learned it.
You sometimes come out with these things and I'm just like, because, you know, I don't think of you as very world wise.
I'm like Martin Lewis.
I don't even know who that is.
He like comes on the TV and gives people tips on like how to be. It's amazing. But that's like a life hack I've just come up with. Is like, if you can't buy somewhere, just rent it.
That's so scrappy. I really love that. And I think that's such a great way to make the sort of, homes in London more accessible. Just rent them.
Exactly.
So I think we should say that really to all, like you could rent in, I think also it's any area.
Yeah.
You could rent in Clapham, you could rent in Putney, you could rent in Fulham, you could rent, somewhere around Chelsea. But it doesn't even have to be like, don't be snobby. No. It could be like World's End Chelsea. Don't be a horrid snob.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you can live in Clapham.
Yeah, that would be a great way to economise.
Exactly. So look, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I just feel like you've come up with all these big words today. Economise. Martin Lewis, you said fractious a few weeks ago.
Exactly. Well, as you know, I know a lot about the economy because my dad is an economist.
Oh, he's very economical.
So some of it just like bleeds through.
Yeah, like osmosis.
Yeah, like him. We have a question from a listener. I don't know if you wanted to read it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, so it's about that. Okay. So
they were asking us for advice.
Yeah, it leads in really nicely, actually.
And I feel geared up now. I think I can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, hi Binks and Herb. Love the pod. Been listening since the beginning.
Oh my God, our day one.
Day one.
Love that.
I was wondering if you had any tips to get through the cost of living crisis at the moment, and if Binks' economist dad has any signs of it letting up, anything about the interest rates. I don't know if you're allowed to say stuff.
It's so confidential, but what I will say is that he's like purple all the time. So I don't think it's getting better.
Shit.
I know.
That's really bad for people that impacts.
Yeah.
Obviously not really a problem if you, like us, obviously don't have a mortgage. If people have mortgages.
Yes.
Disaster.
So annoying if you don't own your house outright.
I suppose there's probably a lesson there.
Buy your house outright.
But always buy your house outright.
It's just silly not to.
It's so silly not to.
No, exactly.
So that's, I would think, would probably sort of, should we end on that?
Yeah.
If you don't own your house outright,
yeah,
change that so that you do own it outright.
Yeah. That's a
really
great
smart
piece of advice. But is there anything else that we could say, like cost of living tips?
Yeah. Have you heard, this is insane, but I've just learned about this. Have you heard of the German discounters, like the German discount stores?
No.
Okay, so they're called like Lidl.
Oh, okay.
And Aldi.
Uh-huh.
And they're these shops. And they have extraordinarily good cheese. And sometimes a whole Serrano ham.
Oh my goodness.
And the wine.
Is it like that little section in Whole Foods, you know, when you go into it, it's like a shop within a shop?
No, it's the whole shop.
Oh my God.
And some German brother set it up. One was called Aldi and one was called Lidl.
Oh.
And if you go in, it's...
Wait, did we go to school with them?
I think maybe like the uncle's brother.
Yeah.
It's one of those...
Sounds familiar.
It's familiar. It's that...
Wait, Brian, could you show us a picture of Aldi or Lidl? Oh no, I've never been in there.
Okay, I know, so it looks
terrifying. I thought that was a car wash.
No. Exactly.
Is it not a car wash?
No, it looks like a car wash, but you go inside.
Yeah. I see people piling in with their cars. Yeah.
Like, it's scary, but when the cheese is so good.
Really?
They have such good Gouda. They've got such good Manchego.
That's mad.
Isn't that mad? You'd never think it. Like finding a diamond in a gutter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
And is it like really expensive, like normal?
No. It's like far... So you buy all the shopping.
Yeah.
But it costs like far less than it would normally cost.
Because you're suffering by being seen in there.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's, the people is terrifying. And,
I can't believe you went in there. Did you go alone? Did someone take you?
No. I went alone.
Did you like walk in there by accident?
Well, I'm quite an adventurous soul. And if I see something I don't know, I'll sort of march in and go, what is this? What is this? Why is this here?
Why is this in my neighbourhood?
Why is this in my neighbourhood? Because I feel very entitled to everything because I am. But, yeah, so I sort of marched into this terrifying place and then saw some cheese that I liked.
Yeah.
And it was...
You're like, this must be wrong.
This must be wrong. Exactly. And I was like, why is this here? And then I bought some of the wine.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely delicious. And I was like, this must be some sort of grand mistake.
Yes. Did you scan it all out and then you were worried that you were stealing it?
No, exactly. I felt like I was stealing it. But I spoke to Uncle and he said, he fell on hard times because he lost everything because the whole, the fraud thing. Yeah. But he said he goes there all the time.
Really?
And he loves it.
That's amazing.
I mean, that
sounds like an incredible deal. Incredible. I won't do it just because... No. It sounds amazing.
You shouldn't go, sweetie, because I think if you go, you'll be absolutely terrified and I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Yeah.
But I can go because, I'm sort of scrappy and a bit, sort of much more rough and ready.
Yeah, you're like Ben Fogle.
Exactly. I'm very scrappy and outdoorsy and obviously, because I'm Scottish and so on.
Yeah, exactly. You've got that heritage. Yeah,
I've got
you're
that
like a
heritage.
thistle. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like a thistly thistle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just really like going to the supermarket for me. It's like going out, like it's like on like a social event. So I guess that's our advice to the listener. It's just like
go to a terrifying supermarket.
Check out those. The scarier the supermarket, the better.
Yeah.
And anything else we can recommend for the cost of living? Because I guess people, it's like things are more expensive. People have less money.
Maybe like stop buying jewels.
Stop buying things you don't like, because you don't really need jewels.
Well,
unless you've got a really nice occasion coming up.
If you don't have an occasion,
stop
buying jewels.
Stop buying jewels, because that's like really not cool.
That's too much. But if you do have an occasion,
if you do, yeah. Check if there's anything in like the family lineage, like if there's anything your grandma can lend you.
Exactly.
That's a really good hack.
But don't buy new jewels.
No, you don't actually need to. Unless it's like really nice and there's a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's probably quite helpful.
Yeah, I think that'll probably help a lot of people out.
Yeah. God, we've been...
Gosh, I'm tired.
So tired from helping everyone.
Yeah, thank God we've got the spa after this.
So we've talked a lot about the cost of living crisis today.
Yeah.
And so we just want to say bye and thank you so much. And just remember that if you can't buy lovely things, that's absolutely fine. You can just look really disgusting. I was sort of thinking, as we're talking about this cost of living stuff, babe, I sort of thought maybe, I don't know if this is just bananas, but maybe life isn't about things and stuff.
That's what people need to consider.
It's about experiences like skiing,
Yeah, like going on a really nice holiday and just hanging out with your friends.
Absolutely, having
going
a lovely
to cafes and having a lovely little coffee with some nibbles on the side.
Exactly, just going for like, when you just go for like the most amazing supper with your girls.
Yes, exactly.
That's what life's about, not
things.
About things. It's not about things that cost money.
No.
It's just like a lovely, lovely supper, or just like a lovely little weekend away with your girls at Soho Farmhouse.
Exactly.
Not stuff.
Just simple things.
The simple things.
Everyone needs to appreciate the simple things around them.
Honestly.
And we'll all get through this together.
That's so true.
Exactly. Like whenever it's meant to end.
I don't know.
Does it have an end date?
That's such a good point. Well,
we should try and find that out. Because
Daddy.
if there's an end date, just do a countdown and then book a holiday for the end. It's nearly the end. Oh, and it's the end of the podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, chaps.
Bye.